So I just came across this article about a bunch of prisoners being released for an attempted assassination attempt on a senior security officer. And I read the whole article and it's just ridiculously biased and has so many contradictions. They make a bunch of claims and accusations on the Eritrean government and they have no sources. Their sources are unnamed sources. No, seriously, like an actual unnamed source. Like, it's just ridiculous. And what this article really highlighted is the propaganda and the bias on the other side. Like, this article was written by an Eritrean or an Ethiopian guy. And they'll say, oh, if you have anything good to say about the Eritrean government, then, you're brainwashed. But it's like, bro, you guys are brainwashed too. By your own logic. Because they'll say stuff like they've been held in prison for 18 years without trial. And who told them that? Oh, the relatives of the same people that were held in prison for 18 years. Who, by the way, coincidentally are all unnamed sources. So you have to just look at it logically and be like, wait, unnamed sources, Eritrean government haven't made a statement about it. Yet you guys miraculously have all this information. And let's say these relatives are real people and it's not just fabricated for this article and they're fearing for their life. Why would they speak to you and how would they even contact you? No one questions these unnamed sources, and if the Eritrean government had their own unnamed source, most of you would complain that they're corrupt. So why don't you hold them to the same standard? And if these relatives who are unnamed sources are actual real people, do you honestly believe that they're gonna see the Eritrean government in a good light? Do you honestly believe that these guys, after not being allowed to see their family for 18 years straight, would not inherently have a bias against the Eritrean government? And I'm not even trying to be biased, but like, it's getting to a point where every single article coming out about Eritrea is negative and biased and all have unnamed sources. They're pushing and peddling certain narratives with no evidence. And somehow, even with positive stories where the Eritrean government has released prisoners for a crime that in the UK and the US, you're looking at 40, 50 plus years in prison. And these guys were released after 18 years. And as well, on top of that, they were placed in a military prison, which means that visits are restricted from family and friends. The exact same process in the UK and the US, very restricted. So it's like, why are you just getting onto the Eritrean government and trying to make this story, which is a net positive, a bunch of people getting released, going back home to see their families and friends. Why are you guys making it into a negative? It really doesn't make sense to me. And again, they've made this whole story from an unnamed source.